Hello, emmy-lou here. Today I want to show you how to do a snake's eye. I think it's going to be really cool because I love drawing eyes. All you're going to need is paper, any size you like, and a pencil. It's nice to do it in a pencil, maybe go over it in a black marker or something, so you could have that to hand. Felt tip are quite cool. I'm going to use chalks because clearly I love chalks. I haven't been on YouTube for a while just because I ruptured my Achilles, which just means the muscle, the tendon in my ankle snapped when I stepped back when I was doing kickboxing. So yes, hopefully you haven't missed me too much because I haven't been doing it for a couple of weeks, about 8 weeks in total, I think. So let's start. We're going to do an eye. So I'm going to do it landscape. And what I want to do is I'm going to just draw a really large circle. I love the fact my pen is running out. That's always a good sign, isn't it? Okay, can you see that? It's like a really big circle. I don't know about you, but like sometimes circles can be quite tricky. Like they can be difficult to draw. So the best thing to do is just go around it more than once, but lightly, because then you'll get like almost a perfect circle. And then what I want to do is inside the circle, we're going to do like that type of shape. So the thinner the better, really. It reminds me a little bit of a cat's eye. Now, just because I want to do, I'm just going to draw, this is going to be really light. So just do it like really light. And I'm going to do these shapes. So just something like that is fine, just to begin with. And then I want to do the scales around the snake. So what you can do is just start up here. It looks quite cool to have them all jaggedy. So make them so they go over the circle, because you don't want just the circle without any of the bits coming in. Can you see I'm overlapping? You can do them however you like around there, but what I've done is they're quite small, that bit. And then here they're really chunky. Hang on, just move the camera a bit. So here I'm going to do, I always think of them like almost shark teeth. You don't want them rounded. Try and get them square because they just look more kind of scary almost. My mum doesn't like snakes. To be honest, I don't either. I like them, I don't really want to be near them. I'm sure they're lovely, but yeah, a bit scary for me. So these are bigger, if you can see. So at the bottom, there's like a bigger bit. So all you have to do, think of them like bricks as well. They're just la la la. Once you get what you want, then like I said before, you can go around it with black marker because it just looks really cool. And what I'm going to do is just the outline of the snake's head, so just the top. So where the roundy bit of the circle is, I'm just going to mimic it. So I'm just going to copy the round bit and then it goes down and then around. So it's just like that. It's just supposed to be, so it gives it, it kind of gives it a, I forgot what it's called, like a situation. It makes you understand, like your eyes understand where it is in the picture. So I'm just going to do all these little bubbly bits. You don't have to do all of them, but I think it looks quite cool actually. They just remind me of plates. I don't know if it's because I'm hungry at the moment. I haven't had my lunch yet. Oh, right, that is fine, but to be honest with you, if you wanted to, this could be the start of your snake, then you could just draw the whole thing. There is a video on a snake that I drew, so definitely check that one out because you could use this, you could use these eyes, special detailed eyes to do. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look at the materials that I want to use. So I am going to do a green snake just because, why not? And I'm going to use chalk pastels. A little bit of, you could use anything. I quite like the idea of paint. Watercolour pencil's quite cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a look at what I'm looking at. Okay guys, I am going to start with a light colour. So we don't want to do a dark colour first because it's just hard to sort of create what we want. So I'm going to start off with a yellow. I'm going to hold it like this, and I'm just going to do really loosely. Can you see? I haven't even done it that hard. That's yellow. Obviously it's quite obvious, but you know. And then I'm going to do a little bit of this green. I'm going to do a little bit here and there, trying to give the impression that it's rounded, so it's 3D. Looks really cool. Then it's green. The whole snake for me is going to be green. You could do a red snake, quite cool, wouldn't it? So what I'm going to do is get a bright yellow. Try and get a bright yellow, it's a bit dirty. And I'm going to just go over. If you lie the pastel down, it's so much easier. So I'm going over. This is like my base coat. So if you do this with felt tip, you could just colour each one in. Because what I want to do is I'm going to get the green. It's not that green, is it, guys? I'm just going to do it and see what it looks like, because this would be more of a green than the other green I've got. Okay, let's try it. So what I'm doing, whether you've got oil pastels, whether you've got watercolour pencil, go round the shapes. Don't colour inside the middle, because the middle's the bit that makes it look 3D, because it's lighter. So this might take a while for you, but it's totally worth it. Because look, can you see how cool it looks? I like that a lot. But here it doesn't look that great, does it? So man, it's a lot, isn't it? Take your time. I'm just doing it to show you quickly. Woo! My finger. I like the idea of an orange snake. That'd be kind of cool. So then I get my finger if I'm using chalk. If you're using watercolour pencil, then you get water. But I'm just going to smudge it in a circular motion. You do not want to smudge inside the middle too much. You can smudge a little bit going towards the middle, but stick with just the outsides, because you want to keep the form. It's really cool, chalks, because however you colour it in, it gives it texture. I think there's a pigeon outside that I can hear. First there was a leaf blower and now there's a pigeon. Look, it's like super noisy today. Right, I'm going to get my finger and just smudge the edges, because it looks quite cool when you smudge it in. If you are using chalk, you can't go over with a black marker, because it will ruin the black marker. But you can go over with a black chalk, which I think I might try and show you. Now, it's not that green, is it? But I quite like it. Where's the black? Oh no. I can't find the black. I wonder if we could do another colour. Well, I'm going to go grab a black. So while I grab a black, you just finish off going around the eyes. Around the eyes of June. Right. Ooh, it's quite tricky walking with my foot as it is. Okay, black. Right, I've got this awesome black, like it's really dark. Now what I'm going to do, this bit in here, I might just leave a little space. Can you see, like I've done a little dot? Got to be so careful with this bit. You might decide you want to paint this bit, because then it won't smudge, will it? So you've got that bit. Then what you want to do is outline each of these bits. So you don't want it just a circle, you want to outline. And you want quite a bit of chunkiness. So basically anything you have that's dark around the edges and lighter in the middle makes it look rounded, it makes it 3D, it looks really cool. Now I'm just gonna Right, this is the thing. I'm going to colour, because most of it's quite dark, the eye. It's quite scary doing it, because you think, I don't want to ruin it. But you won't. Okay, right. One finger. I always use one finger, unless I'm impatient, but then it ends up looking a bit. So we want to smudge. We want to blend it. It's called blending. We're going to blend. If your fingers get way messy, just swap fingers. If it gets really messy, just rinse your hands. Rinse your hands. So I'm smudging around here. I'll just smudge around here so I can show you. Oh my word. And then wipe it on an apron or whatever you might have in front of you. As long as it's not a tablecloth. Okay. So the object of this tutorial obviously is an eye, but you want to make it look like dark there, light here. It's really important that that bit shines, like it stands out, because it's light around the edges. If you suddenly get carried away with the black, I love the fact I can't seem to find anything. If you get carried away with the black, get a rubber and then you can rub around this bit, if that helps you, because it will make it stand out. It'll look really cool. I'm just trying to think. I quite like fiddling. Like once I've done the majority of it, I like to fiddle. Right, then get a black, whether that's, you could do a black, smudge that a little bit as well, it's better, because we don't want it too light, that bit. You want to get a black, anything, as long as it's not a marker if you're using chalk, and I'm going to just outline. I like the idea of doing a blue instead of a black, so you could try imagine, that'd be amazing. You could do an orange snake with a blue eye. So this could be all blue instead of black. Just an idea. I like that. I like the fact that the black stands out, doesn't it? Just as well, because it's my picture. It's good if you like your own work. If you don't ever like your work, don't worry. Most of the time, it's because you haven't persevered with it. So if you think, oh, I don't like it, if you carry on going, you might get to a point where you're like, ooh, I quite like it now. Because it's always when you give up that you think, oh, could have carried on. Whew. Okay, so that, I quite like that. What I might do, let's have a look. I like the idea of a darker green, but no, I will stick to this one for now. The good thing about chalk, this is what I love about chalk. It blends. It looks like it's smudged, but it gives it some really cool like depth to it. So it looks more real. Love the idea of you sending me a picture of this that you've done, but an orange snake with blue eye. I just love that idea. Details are below if you want to send it to me, because I know a lot of you do. Okay, so that is my eye. Now, it looks strange around there, so what I would do, I can't see now, I can just draw my own eye. I'm going to do it really dark because there seems to be white bubbly bits and I'm not sure why. It's probably because I rushed it to show you, that's what it is. So the tip of the day is don't rush it. I mean, I could work on this for hours and just keep going over bits. So don't be scared to do it and then think, oh, what else could I add? Because it's really quite funky when you don't stop. You just think, oh, sometimes I leave it for a day and then come back to it and think, oh, okay, can I add this now? So there we are. There is your snake's eye. Part of me feels like I need to go over that a bit more for some reason. And as I say, if any of the, do you know what it is? I feel like I always look at my own work and think, oh, I need to add something. I'm doing a darker green there, I think. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I feel like it needs to be. Just looking at my other camera. Yeah, I quite like that. So I've got this darker green and I'm just going over it. You might want to wash your hands though to do this because you'll end up getting way messy, much like me. So I'm just going around some of it. I don't really need to go around all of them. It's just to give it the impression that, oh man, it's getting messy though. If you ever make a mistake, just get a rubber and rub out the chalk. It's really easy. There we go. I quite like that. I guess I'd carry on and just do all dark green up here. But that is my snake's eye. Very proud of that. Just gonna continue because I clearly can't stop. There's my snake's eye. Make sure when you do it, it's quite lizardy, isn't it? Because it's like a snake. But what you could do is you could continue the whole face if you like, but I quite like that. It gives me an impression that it's a little bit scary and shiny. It gives me the impression that it's shiny because it's really important. This bit has got a really light bit, so it kind of looks like it's a shiny bit. So yeah, there we go. Enjoy doing your snake's eye and I shall see you soon. Like, subscribe and share.